Okay, so maybe this is the time when I really need to start my cut with all my dedication. I really think this is the time. This is the most appropriate time. It's been 3 months since I've been 80 kgs. It's been almost 1.5 years since I've started bulking, and you can really see that on my face. So, this is the idea behind making this video. It's on bulking, on my bulking face. So I uploaded a picture of me today that got me this massive reality check. Though I was wearing a high neck sweater, most of the story replies had only one single question: why am I getting so much fat? And it was very difficult for me to make them understand, each and one of them, of why I started bulking in the first place. But it was so much repetitive that it kind of hit me, kind of annoyed me, and I really started to consider that maybe this is really the time I should stop the almost 2 year old bulk. And this is one of the most repetitive questions I've been receiving ever since I graduated my master's and started taking working out seriously. The second most asked question of me is that what I'm currently doing professionally. And both of them are really hard for me to answer actually because I even don't know, and we shouldn't talk more about your vulnerabilities in front of the camera. But yes, I've been studying, I've been working, but I've been working out in the gym, but still I don't know, really don't know where I've been going with my life ever since I passed out from the university with a graduation, with a post graduation in literature, considering this current economy. So I started bulking almost 2 years back with an inherent deep passion to grow strong, to grow bigger in size. I really wanted to see muscle in my arms, which is, I should tell you, one of my most weakest muscle is my bicep. So I really wanted to see muscle growth in my arms and overall structure because until then it felt like I was just a dangling stick. I would be very honest with you. This bulking phase started really pretty easy for me because eating was really okay for me. Probably overeating because I was living by myself outside of home with an extremely limited salary. This is exactly when I actually mistook eating quantity, eating volume for nutrition. I was eating everything that I could, a hell lot of carbs and sugar, and maybe anything that I could grab my hands on. At that time, no matter how much I tried to be selective, deep down I knew I was dirty bulking. But I didn't give it much thought because keeping my stomach properly filled, working out in a strict budget was more important for me. And I don't really blame the dirty bulk because this is more probably one of the most radical things that I ever did to my body that actually changed its structure. Maybe the structure change was not what I considered, but I actually grew in the period of 1 year. It was back in April 2025 when I was actually considering coming back home, and I really thought that after I'll come home, I'll start the cut properly because until then, I had gained a significant amount of weight. Like I was around 59, and I, in a period of 6 to 8 months, I gained almost 13 kgs. I became almost 78, I think, and it was a massive change because I had stretch marks all of my body. I did had some muscle growth, but the amount of fat that I gathered was not something I will really say wise. And so when I came back home in June last year, 2025, I really gave it a thought that I should visually cut and lose all the fat and keep all the muscle and then start training again, bulking in a clean way. But I really didn't thought that bulking will be so much difficult after developing this eating disorder, eating habit. I've been realizing that I'm talking too slow and you guys will really end up getting bored. So I'll just quickly say my story. So, and after I reached home, I started training with more consistency because staying at home, I had some time left with me. So I was training around 4 to 5 times a week and eating around 100 to 120 grams of protein daily, cutting almost all the sugar that I was consuming earlier. But that habit of eating carbs just stayed with me. It was just too addictive to get rid of. When some at some point of time I just tried not eating rice or not taking any carbohydrate content, I just felt so much empty inside. And I thought that maybe I can't even hit the gym and lift proper weights. So I kept on eating carbs. And then what resulted is that compared to the muscle amount I was growing, the amount of fat increase was massive, and it was really disturbing for me at a point of time and kind of annoying for me because I was doing all the hard work. I was maintaining my protein goal, but still there was no visible change outside of my body except for the fact that I was looking extremely fat. You can still see I'm looking a lot fat now only. And then one day I was reading something and found that as per research, the higher the body fat, the lower the testosterone. The higher the body fat, the lower the insulin sensitivity. Okay, my pronunciation is not that good. The higher the body fat, the lower the insulin sensitivity. The higher the body fat, the higher amount of cortisol. Cortisol also is a hormone that is majorly responsible for our anxiety and sadness. And it really shook me that fat can contribute, our body fat can contribute so much towards our overall physical health. And I realized that although I was gaining more strength to lift weights, I eventually realized that the trade was just too much to take. Gaining so much fat just to get some volume is not something, as I said, wise for our body, especially my body. So this year in January, I only had one simple resolution that I wanted to make a good cut and at least get somewhere in my academic career. Getting someone in my academic career is a completely different thing. I'll talk about that in another video some other day. But this January 2026, I actually decided to do the cut and actually started applying it in the gym. But it was just too difficult for me because cardio eventually started feeling boring after I gave it a pause for such a fast span of time. It felt like doing cardio was too time consuming, and I rather preferred to go lift some heavy weights rather than break a sweat in the treadmill. But I eventually made myself realize that that's not actually how it goes. That's not how actually bulking works. And that's not how you develop a good physique. Though I realized that I've been developing a pretty decent amount of muscle over the last 1.5 years, but it was all hidden under a thick layer of fat inside of my body. It's like wearing two extra thick coats over your actual physique. So when I was actually wearing a t-shirt uh, to go outside, all I could see in the mirror was a fat person. And it was significant change, and it was a bit difficult for me to accept that I have gotten so much fat. And no much how much conventional or controversial this sounds like, being fat has actually so many negative points, not just physically, but also in your social life. I know I shouldn't convey so many of my personal negatives on this video, but like being fat, my back actually hurts a lot when I work out or when I sit somewhere without a back support for a long time. And I look terrible on social media. My pictures were so good when I was absolutely thin, not shredded thin, and I was too much used to that face, used to looking like that. But now it's not even a single person near that. My face fat couldn't be even be hid with a thick beard. I was keeping a long beard earlier, and now I just cut it because I knew that's not how I can run away from the fact that I've swollen so much in the last 2 years that it's almost really visible on even on my face, and even complete beard can't hide it. My face just looks so big, and all the people who have known me from the last 4 to 5 years found it extremely difficult to accept how I look now, because people who don't meet me regularly still have that earlier face of mine inside their heads. So today I posted a picture of mine and on social media, and a friend of mine with whom I had shared a very deep connection around 3 years back said it in front of my face that I was really, really fat. And I knew her deeply enough to know that this was not at all derogatory or criticizing, but she was just genuinely concerned that if I'm going through something, some physical stress or some mental stress. So again, I had to explain to her the entire story, but she really didn't understood most of it. Being fat actually sucks, no matter how much anyone volunteers for it. Uh, I've been here, I'm here currently, and I can say this to you. But being too much thin also sucks. So I've been to both sides, and I will tell you, maintaining a proper proportion in your body, even if you're not too bulky, even if you're not too thin, just being shredded, eating clean is a place, and I think every one of us should do it. So, yes, so this was just a video to rearrange my thoughts that almost felt disturbing to me in the afternoon. This is my sole purpose of creating these videos, because I just wanted to talk to myself and see myself in the camera. And in that process, I'm also talking to a few of dear viewers who are watching this video. Thank you so much for that. So, if someone is watching this video till now, the only conclusion I want them to give, sorry, the only conclusion I want to give to them is that hit the gym every single day, except when it's not a weekend. You can take a 1 day or 2 day weekend, Saturday or Sunday. It's like it's coming from a very normal person, very average person, and what I have maintained and what I'm gonna do over the other phases in the future. So first thing, hit at least 4 to 5 times gym in a week. Maintain a diet that's mostly protein dominant, added with some healthy fats, very little. Okay, so I'm telling you a formula, like whatever weight in kgs you are currently at, multiply that with 1.5 and you'll get the amount of protein you should consume in a day. So if, like, I'll say, if you want to maintain a very, like, well balanced form, and if you want to grow a muscle, grow some good muscle, then you should multiply your current body weight in kgs into 2. So if you are 60 kgs now, multiply this with 1.5 and you'll get 90. So you have to consume 90 grams of protein every single day in order to maintain a balanced physique. And if you actually want to grow muscle, then you have to multiply that by 2. So 60 multiplied by 2 is equals to 120 kgs. Oh, sorry, 120 grams. So you have to consume around 120 grams of protein in a day, and make sure you maintain that every single day. Then I'm telling you, you'll see massive difference in your muscle growth. I know I've dirty bulk, but I have also bulked. Dirty bulking is also bulking. So one thing I realized over the one last almost 2 years is that maintaining a good protein intake every single day massively helps. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. I prioritize your sleep, at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep. Be absolutely shredded, strong, confident, and ever if you want to do a bulk, I'll highly suggest do a lean bulk. There will be a vast gallery of videos on how to do lean bulking on YouTube. You can just check them out. There is so much valuable knowledge in YouTube. I love this platform, and that is why I'm talking here. I started talking here now. So just search, research, do your research on how to do a lean bulk. Take it slow. Don't rush anything, please, and please don't overeat. Please don't overeat because it turns into an extremely bad habit over a period of time. And even if you want to compete, I highly suggest maintain a well professional diet. Uh, Even professional bodybuilders have a well balanced diet, and they consume a lot of their time to plan that. Okay, so finally, this video was from someone who belongs to a very middle class Indian family who really wants to do something in the health and fitness world. I know my current situation mm, doesn't actually suggest how much I really want to do, but yes, I have trained over a period of time, and I really think uh, with the fat, with the muscle, I have also gained some amount of knowledge, some amount of wisdom. Your nutrition, moreover, your choice of nutrition really matters of how your body will actually take shape in the future. It's like molding clay. The more clay you put, the more beautiful it will look like. But too much clay also doesn't look good. So use less clay, I mean use proper nutrition, and sculpt your body slowly with more detail, with more patience, and you would look absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you, there is no escape from having a well balanced diet, prioritizing your protein, eating less fats, less carbs, most importantly. So, yes, that was for the day. I hope you liked this video. Even if you didn't like this video, I'm really thankful to you for staying till this moment. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I hope you hit the gym. I hope you got something from my experience. Thank you. Love you all. Good night.